Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Gordon's Garage. This episode, we're just going to button up just a couple little things on the jet ski, and then we're going to try to make a frame for that jet ski to rest on and be pulled around by and whatnot. So, yeah. I bought some parts. I got a good wire wheel I'm going to try to use on that table bottom that I showed in the previous episode. I got some other stuff that's for a little bit later, maybe a little more secret. It may fail, so I don't want to tell you too much. Other than that, I bought some new tools. Oh my gosh. All right, guys, what do we want? New tools. When do we want it? Right now. And where are you going to put it? So I am eager to open this up. I want to see what that's all about and see if this battery's charged coming out of the package. And yeah, so first things first, I found this on the interweb. Looking for a 1/2-inch black foam rubber. This was an option, a cheap option. This is an exercise pad for yoga or whatever. And what I need to do first today is unroll this so it'll relax and lay flat, because this is the pad that I'm going to use to cut out, to put in the base of the jet ski where your knees go. And that's what this glue is for. So yeah, let's lay this out. Well, I think it's worth what I paid for it. I was going to go with the cheap one, but I think the cheap one would have been disappointing and frustrating and not get the job done. This one's a brushless Sawzall, and yeah, out of all the choices, I was like, sometimes you just got to spend a little more, and it's rough. I bought a couple of different sets of blades. This one's specifically for thick metal, and this is for, yeah, big long wood blade. It did come with one little blade, and I am noticing on both sides, right here, right there, is a spot to mount something or screw something on. I bet it's a belt hook, but I will see it. So I don't know where that may went. It's okay. So yeah, I like that. I think that's going to be working great for what I need. I might be putting it to use today, maybe. But the next project here, jet ski. I bought some little eyelet bolts. Look like that. And I've got some sleeves I've got to cut down. What else did I get? I've got some locking nuts, some washers, and some rubber washers. What I'm hoping to do is to mount this on the bottom side of the nose of the jet ski to give me something to tie down to, because that jet ski doesn't want to slide around on you while you're traveling with it. So there's going to be one of these in the back pointing down and one in the front, so for me to put a ratchet strap on. Yeah. Let's see how that works. Okay, so in my mind's eye, from the store, this is what I thought. I thought I would have this eye bolt underneath with the big washer, and then I would get one of these little sleeves and cut it down to about a 1/4 inch tall, because that's about how thick the fiberglass is on this nose piece, and it would slide on there like so. And imagine that being 1/4 inch tall. And then I found a larger sleeve that would slide down over that, and that would increase the diameter of my bolt, because the hole here, let me show you that. So when you put the bolt in the hole, you see how much play there is. I didn't want that much play. I wanted to fill up that gap. And so after I filled up that gap, I would have a rubber washer, and that is right here. That's pretty big. I can trim that down and then lay another metal washer, and it would sandwich it all. And the rubber washer would keep the paint from getting really marred up bad, but the bottom side would just have a metal washer, which would be fine. And to top it off, I had a locking nut that would go on the top of that bolt. So if I was to put that in through there, that's almost just perfect. It's a little short, maybe. I don't know. Maybe I'd crush that rubber down. So, man, that's going to be a little bit of work. So this is what I found out. So if you take 2 of your lock washers and then sit that in there, that really takes up the room. It doesn't let it move too much. And so then I can put another washer or whatever on there, and that would be set. I'm going to try to scavenge the parts off the bottom of this cart to make the cart to pull around the jet ski. It's been working for years. It's just the bad part is these tires, you know, they lose air and they end up hard to get going. This cart is really old. I don't know if you can see. I got cracks in the tires. They're bad. These are not too bad of tires. I'd like a little larger diameter so it's a little easier to get over stuff like little steps and stuff like that. And with that said, if I ever to drag that thing around outside or through sand or something, I want a larger diameter tire and wider tire. So the best I could come up with was this. A little bit larger tire, a little bit wider, not bad. But that's what they had, that's what they had. So the center is the same diameter as this old tire. So it technically goes onto this shaft here, but the shaft is too short. It don't come all the way through, so I can put the cotter key in. Okay, so I think what I need to do is I need to go get some steel. I'm going to weld together a framework and so on. Question is, I got to design the frame to go underneath the jet ski. So I'm getting rid of this piece of plywood. I'm going to unbolt it here, and there, and then probably build some kind of square frame. I don't know. We're going to have to figure out I'm going to have to take some measurements here. The distance the tires are, that's not too bad. That's not bad at all. I can go scoot it out just a little bit. I think what I want to do is get some of this round stock, the same diameter, and I'm going to lay it underneath this round stock and weld it together. And then that means the inside edge of my tire is going to rest here. And that's going to push my tires out just a little bit more. I'm going to do the same for the back. I'm going to just get round stock, add to the outside. And so I need to make some dimensions, find out how wide this thing is. I need to measure the diameter of this, and I need to figure out what type of pipe, or do I want to do square tubing? How do I want to do this? If I'm welding, it doesn't matter too much, but what will it look like afterwards? This is probably going to be exposed to everybody can see, so I want to clean it up. So I gotta get some paper and pencil out. Whew. Okay, so I ran to metal scrap processors, and I also got some other stuff, but got me some more CO2 for my welder, got it set up here. I've cut a few pieces of that stuff with this new Sawzall. It works great, I have to say. Anyways, so this is what I got laid out here. A basic little ladder frame. The distance between this one and this one's got to be specific for the parts in the floor I got over here. That's the parts that came off the bottom of that plywood that the jet ski was sitting on. And so what I got to do here is get this welded together. I've got it all prepped. You see I've got little spots all ground off. That's where I'm going to weld. So I need bare metal for that. And then just got to try to make it as square as possible. I got my little speed squares here, the orange one and the metal one down in the corner. Got me little magnets going on to keep it kind of square. This table's not the flattest thing in the world, but you know what? It doesn't matter too much. This thing is not going to be like machine precise. But yeah, about ready to set up and weld. I'm going to wash my hands before I stick them in my welding gloves because that's just nasty. Yeah, I'll wash my hands and do some welding. Everything is not enough. Really hot by the ocean. None of those white hot sands. Where every sunrise is just for you. So come along and take my hand. I'm not gonna lie, some of those welds were really rough, but man, there's a couple that just shine. You can even tell there's dimes there. Okay, now you can kind of see that there's a frame that the jet ski's gonna stay on. So something else I gotta do, it's gonna take a lot of guesswork, is where the boards are gonna go to hold the jet ski. They're not gonna be exactly flat, they're gonna be a little bit sloped. A little bit arced as well. Yeah, I gotta take some square tubing and weld it on upright, and it's gonna be flared open so that I can screw it to a board, and that board's gonna get covered in carpet, and then I gotta paint all this black. It's gonna be awesome. All right, so rear axle's on, front axle's on. I need to cut my 5/8 inch rod that I've got and weld it on so that the tire has somewhere to go, and drill holes in the end of it, and so the Carter pin has somewhere to go. Yeah, so there we have it. 3/4 of the way there, or we're halfway there. Y'all decide. Anyway, just come along. Good morning, Gordon Garage fans. Welcome to day 2 of this episode. Please like, share, subscribe, do all that good stuff. Subscribing really helps me. That's one area I'm kind of weak in, so please, if you don't have a YouTube account, go ahead and just email password. It's free. Just you can get on and you start subscribing, and you'll get little notifications. It's kind of great. So let's recap. Where are we at from the end of day from yesterday? I finished basically the frame. The frame's ready. The tires, the wheels, the axles, all that's going good. So what we got here is I've got this piece to weld to the front, and then I also have this piece to weld to the top. And this board is gonna go and screw through these two holes, and I'm gonna cover this board with gray carpet, which is over here on the, yeah. I've had that roll of carpet for a long time. It's actually designed for speaker boxes. Anyways, yeah, I'm going to have to weld those and make some noise with that. But it's super early in the morning, so I'm gonna try to be quiet for a little bit, let people sleep in, and so on. People aren't really close to my shop, but it's so quiet out here in the country that sound travels pretty far. Yeah, so that leads me to the next part. Let me set up and show you that. Okay, so are you one of those type of people that really go and take your products back to the store and get an exchange or a refund? However, no, I don't do that. I tend to look at the product, the box, and there's a chance that I'm going to buy something that's not complete or doesn't work. I just know not to buy that product anymore. I just don't. As a consumer, that's the way I work. So this is one of those scenarios. So not to hate on Harbor Freight. Harbor Freight's great. I get a lot of stuff from them and everything. And what I had done is I went and purchased this this winch, and I went ahead and bought this plate that goes with. It's made for the winch. I wish they would have put it in there and just added the price of this plate to the winch, but okay. My father bought the same winch, and it's really kind of cool. It's a small duty winch. It doesn't do a whole car or something. It can. I've got one just about the same size. So I went ahead and picked this up because it has a remote. It's like a key fob cable in out. I like this. So I picked this up, but it was already open, but I didn't think about checking the box and all that stuff. So this is the winch. It's sitting out here on the table. When I opened the box, I noticed something kind of strange. It has this snatch block on there, and it didn't show it on the box. And there was also this little U-bolt. It wasn't in the, so I was like, well, how'd I get a free things? What? I didn't understand. Well, the key fob, that little remote is missing. And I'm like, how do you operate this thing? So basically, the winch has two wires coming off the side of it. There's a mystery black box that has stuff inside it. You don't know what's supposed to go on inside there. And then you got your two cables running to your battery, and in line on the red here, this is a breaker. Harley Davidson likes to use this. This is a 50 amp breaker, and basically whenever it overheats, it'll click, and it won't let electricity through until it cools down, and you hear it click again, and you can retry it. That's really, really cool. I don't know why vehicles all over the world don't use that. So I'm kind of stuck. How am I going to use this thing? So let me show you what I'm proposed to do. Let me go get it. So this is a Badlands brand. It's like Chicago Electric or whatever. Badlands also sells this kit right here. Now, some of the larger winches, they have this pigtail quick connect where you plug your controller in and your cable can be taken off and coiled up and stuck in your toolbox. Well, this one doesn't have that little pigtail thing. And I don't know if you can see it, but it's right here. It looks like something your trailer, plug to your trailer would, you know. So I noticed, I looked at this in the store, and I looked in there, and there's like 5 pins. If I hadn't looked at that, I would have been probably setting this to the side or trying to rig this mystery black box up with a switch. All right, so let's take a look at this. I'm gonna get the camera over here. Okay, so this is the plug, and I could see there was 5 pins, and I see this little green wire in here. That's kind of important. So when I opened up this box, I saw you have your relay. This is basically taking the power and converting it left to right through these 3 wires. And if you look, I've got this green wire, which is an antenna. And then I've got 4 wires. So there's 5 there. So basically it's the same thing. There is a number right here, and I believe that's the code to the remote. This is a sealed box. You can tell by the glue, so I don't want to open that. But since I don't have the key fob, and that probably will never come to me ever again, I'm going to go ahead and cut these wires off and wire them into this box. So they say life gives you lemons, make lemonade. This is actually going to be pretty cool because the remote for this system on this is only good for like 20 feet, where this one is a lot further distance. It's a 50-foot one. And that's something that's kind of important because the cable on this is 50 foot long, and having a 20-foot remote, that's weird. Also the benefit is this snatch block. If y'all know anything about the snatch blocks and how you can get more power out of your winch, then you'll know that that's worth its weight in money or gold. And so I've got to figure out how I'm going to run these wires to that thing. I might have a bit of a box of a mess or something. So yeah, let me see what I can do with that. Whew, okay, so I've been doing a little bit of work trying to, and I had to file down the head of some bolts just so they'd fit, and I'm really trying to make this nice. Not real nice, but better than just a bunch of wires hanging out. So let me let you in here. Okay, so I have power going to the red and black. The 4 wires coming out of this box, you can see I've got 2 red Allen screws in there, and I have basically just bolted, see if I can do this box to the top of the other box, okay? And I put me a little grommet on the side and fed this in the side, so it's all real nice. So I have 4 wires coming out of the new remote, and they're not the same colors as the ones from the old remote. This is the old remote. Okay, so the only difference in color is there's a green wire on this one and a yellow wire on the old one. I just assumed the red and the black are the same, and I am using this really cool connectors. So you get I did a video on this a while ago, a good long while ago. Anyways, they come in different sizes. These red ones are small for these small wires. Anyways, you put the wires in and you just use a lighter, and the center metal section is solder. So you're actually soldering and heat shrinking all in one, and it turns out to look like that. That is just amazing. Okay, so I tested this, and I got the remote and that, and now, yes, that's out, that's in. Good deal. Now all I gotta do is solder these last 2 in. I didn't solder them because I wanted to test it first, and then I need to cram all of this back into that box. See what we got here. Wow. Woo. Man alive, that's a good one. I gotta shut the door though. It's gonna blind me. Okay, I think I'm prepped up, ready to get this put together, welded, got my welder set up, ready to go. It's just a matter of burning some metal. All right, warmed up, opened up the doors, get some fresh air in here, and I have painted this thing black. I hope I hit everything. I even separated the handle, hung it here and there. Yeah, there could be a spot or two I missed, but it's gonna be underneath the jet ski, you probably won't see it. Okay, so I'm gonna let that dry, and while it's drying, I'm gonna take those two boards that I cut, they're underneath those tires, and I'm gonna wrap it with that gray stuff and staple it down. Not too hard. Okay, so I've got them covered. There's staples on the back side. The ends are all tucked nice. They're ready to be put on the mini trailer. The mini-me trailer. Yeah, that's what we're calling it. But I did have to rig up a really long extension so I could get up through underneath the axles up into the, yeah, it's going to be weird. It's going to be weird. So yeah, I'm going to turn this thing over, and I have to use both hands, but I will do my best. Get these two on there, then get the wheels on. This thing's almost done. Okay, there you have it. You can see how these kind of bend a bit, just a little bit, not a whole lot. I measured best I could. Anyways, I found out another little problem I got. The tires are inflated at about 20 psi, and if I inflate them anymore, they expand in diameter and they start rubbing the frame. So, yep, no more than 20 psi on those, or I've got to file off some tread so they'll clear. Yeah, now I just got to pick up this massive thing and put it on there without scratching it. And then maybe we'll put the mat on. I could probably do that now while it's on the floor. It wouldn't be too hard. So I did something a little different. I'm going to set this down here. Let me get my stool here. I like to see a little roll around stool. Okay, we're going to get the sunlight out from your camera. I'm going to show you this right here. This is what I did different. Instead of putting a regular bolt in the end of this, I've got a cotter pin, so I can remove this real quick and easy. Turn you a little bit. What I do is pull my pin. That's a little harder than I thought it was. And I can reinsert this into it. And when I don't want it to be out here as a trip hazard for everybody, I can take it off and set it right in here like that, and it can store underneath the jet ski. Okay, the other thing I didn't really go over with y'all is how I'm strapping it down. At this moment, I've also ordered this little cover. I've actually found one. I'm going to have to paint it and everything, but it's the actual stock one that goes to it, and it's like 78 bucks. A beat up old used one. Oh, they are really hard to find. Anyways, I've got my eye loop right here, and I've got a blue strap. It goes underneath the framework all the way to the nose, and then latches on the eye loop on the nose. So that's how I'm strapping the thing down for now. I was, in my mind's eye, I was going to put individual ratchet strap on the front and one in the back, but make them really short. But it's really hard because you got the hook, then you got some strap that holds onto the hook, and then you got a little distance strap that's got to hold onto the ratchet. Then the ratchet's so long, but then it's already too long. So yeah, I was having a little bit of trouble. So going all the way underneath the whole thing and hooking on and have my ratchet strap right there. Now I still have run into a problem. Whenever I dislodge this handle and it comes down, it hits here before it can clear to let loose of the strap. So I have to turn the wheels all the way to the side to get that to do that. So that's where I'm at right now. I think that's where I'm going to stay. If I do find a way to put a ratchet strap, an individual in the front and the back, I'll end up having to put either an eye loop bolt in the frame in the front, somewhere for it to hook. And yeah, let's just drill a couple holes. But as right now, this is done. And like that, that's what it's gonna look like for a while until I got a place for it. I really do. Probably gonna go down to the lake house, if y'all remember that episode, the 100th episode. Anyways, yeah, please, again, like, subscribe, and all that good stuff. That helps me out a whole bunch. And I got more projects. We're gonna get to that table. And we're also gonna do something else with that jet ski, maybe. Let's check it out. Anyways, that's gonna be a wrap for this video. Y'all have a good weekend.